Today I'm going to share some etiquette and culinary tips to ensure your next potluck party is on time, the food is the correct temperature, and everyone is well fed. It will be so good, you'll think someone catered the event. By the way, you won't have a mountain of cups left over, I promise. I'll be showing you 8 steps I take when I'm hosting potluck parties, from planning to execution. Also, at the end of the video, I'll share where you can get resources that will help you apply what you've learned. So be sure to stick around to the end, guys. Let's get into it. Before inviting your potluck party guests, ensure you're selecting an appropriate event type for your potluck. Potluck parties work best for gatherings that are familial and informal. This works in tandem with points number 3 and 5. My favorite events for potlucks are birthdays, intimate wedding receptions. Yes, I said it. You can do potlucks for weddings, also reunions, celebrations or announcement, gaming events, and even business networking events like open houses or meet and greets. Choose a theme for your menu. Your menu should match the occasion you've chosen in step 1. For example, a barbecue menu would be perfect for a summer wedding reception or an outdoor birthday party. Finger foods, on the other hand, and a charcuterie board would work perfectly for a tea party. You may even want to solicit many theme suggestions from your closest invitees just to mix things up and let them feel included a little bit. Simply calling or texting them to ask, hey, I have this type of event, what kind of menu do you think could work? The key here is to ensure your menu is matched with the event. A good clue would be to think of the dress code and how people will be consuming the food. For example, the menu for sitting casual on a picnic blanket will be different from the menu at a business event, where everyone is seated at a long table. You get the gist. I'll get into this a little bit more near the end of the video. A good guide for what guests should eat is based on the Harvard Healthy Eating Plate. As you can see, there should be a mix of proteins, starches or sides, lots of veggies, and beverages. Dessert is not on the plate, but it's a party. Guys, come on, let's indulge a little. Whatever you do, keep your menu options simple. Have no more than 3 options per food type. For example, chicken and fish for protein, rice, potato, and pasta for starch. It's also nice to have one allergy-free dish, a dish without nuts, pineapples, shellfish, soy, and all of the common ones. By including one safe dish by default, you save yourself from having to ask everybody, are you allergic to something? And your guests will esteem you for doing this. You'll need labels as well for your dishes when you're serving the meals at the buffet table, and utensils, but I'll give more information on this later on. Once the foundation is set, it's on to the fun part. Time to invite your guests, guys. I find that potlucks work best with close friends, family, and coworkers that you get along with the most. Keep it simple. A quick digital invite featuring the date, time, and location of the potluck, along with the theme you're going with, should do the trick. In the 21st century, an invite works perfectly. I like designing invites using Canva templates. You can check the link in the description to see how that works out. This is where most people get it wrong. As we saw in the video earlier, whoever hosted that potluck party left it up to the guest's intuition and initiative. Big no-no. You want to delegate, delegate, delegate. Trust me, when it comes to this, avoid a big debate by just assigning an item to each person. The biggest 2 considerations in delegating are 1, match their cooking skill level to the meal difficulty, and 2, match their budget to the item. Therefore, the first step is so very important. Hopefully you didn't skip that chapter. This delegation process should be done on the phone or in person, guys, to minimize confusion or people forgetting to read the text message, okay? Start with your comprehensive list of all the dishes and utensils and then match the person to the item. It's that simple. But here's a caveat. You don't need all party guests to bring something to your potluck party. A good ratio is to do 2 to 1, meaning for every 2 guests invited, you need 1 cook. For example, a party of 10 will need 5 people to bring items, excluding you. By the way, if you can, definitely host the party at the end of the month, which is a typical pay cycle time, so that your guests will be more inclined to contribute and to contribute well. You will also need to assign yourself some things, but do not overwhelm yourself either, as you'll have plenty of other tasks to take care of yourself. Final tip, if this is a big group, avoid overloading one person by splitting up the per head quota. For example, if you need rice enough for 20 people, you can give 2 contributors a 10-person portion. Get it? I'll admit, these steps can be tricky and involve some thought. I'm tired even just saying it. But if you need help, leave a comment below and I'll definitely discuss it with you. You can do it! To summarize this section, you need to know this. Do potlucks for suitable people, suitable times, and suitable events. Step 6. Use the right containers and specify them. I've put a link in the description below of some of the best containers for a wide range of potluck dishes. But the least costly and best way to safeguard your preparations is with disposable tinfoil pans with chafing stands. These are available at most Super Club type supermarkets like Costco, Megamart, PriceSmart, and Walmart. Chafing sets will help you strike the perfect balance between setting up early and serving hot, delicious food to your hungry guests. But you certainly can opt to use ceramic dishes for your buffet. It's really in the details that often makes a big difference, and I'm sure you've experienced that in all walks of life. This is just a quick overview of pre-prep. If you want me to make a video separately about planning party logistics, let me know in the comments below. Now, ensure you shop and prepare yourself a few days in advance. You can make your sauces and condiments and store them until you're ready for them. Wash all of your cutlery, linens, if you're using them, fold them, iron them, and just have everything ready. Enlist help for the decor and breakdown of your space. You don't want to do everything by yourself or else you're gonna get overwhelmed very quickly. Make sure that you pull out all of your pre-written label cards that we mentioned earlier. What I use are these chartboard labels I got from Amazon. You can also grab those in the description below and rock on. Next, you want to call and check up on your potluckers at least 3 days before the event and a day before, just to make sure that they're on schedule and that they're still able to contribute to the party, because people cancel all the time. Now for you, my lovely host and miracle worker. Here are 2 tips on handling hot versus cold dishes. For the cold dishes, you want to finish them either the day before or off the day and keep them in the fridge until service time. Cook the hot dishes about 3 hours before and keep them warm, covered in the oven. Sturdy hot dishes like stews, casseroles, pies, and roasts can be made the night before and rewarmed just before serving. But delicate dishes like salmon or spaghetti with sauce, you're going to want to make a little bit closer to the time. The main point here is you do not want to wait until last minute to get everything done. Even if you pre-season and marinate, do it in advance. Remember to tell potluckers to bring food at least half an hour early. Trust me, this is not just a rule to beat Jamaican time. It's so critical to get your potluckers in and ready to help set up, rewarm the food if needed, and get everything else to run smoothly. It's time to party. It's the morning of your potluck and it's time to reap the benefits of all your hard work. Start your day off right though. Eat, exercise, have your quiet time, drink coffee or tea, anything to get you in full energy. So you're gonna lay out your buffet tables and the chairs and all other decor elements early in the day. Don't wait until half an hour or before your guests arrive to shower or get ready. Instead, get ready about 3 to 4 hours before, finish prepping with an apron on. Trust me guys, I had this eureka moment years ago when I started doing this and I realized it made my day flow a lot better and I wasn't left scrambling and rushing to get ready and put on makeup while my guests were outside waiting aimlessly. This is a good tip, trust me. Try it and let me know what you think. Now, once everyone has brought their contributions, laid everything out with the chafing pans or serving containers, don't forget to garnish your dishes. No potluck is fully complete without the right garnish, which adds a sophisticated air to the event and makes it feel almost like it was fully catered. Follow these guaranteed to work steps and you are on your way to an impressively successful event. I know that these work guys because guess what? I use these very tips from my own potluck party which I did for my 31st birthday. I don't need to toot my own horn, but it was like the best party ever. Here are your resources. In the description, I have downloads for the 8 steps, a checklist for your big day, sample menus, utensils to use, and more. Here's a playlist of 7 recipes that will work for a potluck. Easy to follow, so no one will be intimidated, promise. This playlist is an ever-growing series of videos that will help you level up your cooking skills fast. If you found these tips helpful, like, share, and subscribe, as this will help me grow my channel. Now, let's go! Your guests and potluckers are waiting.